Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to G-senjou no Maou. Let's continue. Upon entering, an uproar of voices immediately greeted me. How lively. Tsubaki yelled from behind me. However, as if drawn to the noise, I went ahead and took off my shoes. Thanks for inviting me. Hold on a sec. Oh, she seems to have a pretty big family, huh? An incredible number of gazes. One, two, three, four. Huh? Wait a minute. What's with this crazy number? Her father lightly tapped his slightly bulging belly. Well, I'm... Just as I was going to say my name. I looked to Tsubaki for help. The noise just wouldn't stop. Excuse me. Since they weren't making any progress on their own, I tried raising my voice. Suddenly, a soup spoon flew toward me. Excuse me. What the? This time it's a chopstick. Tsubaki sounded flustered. I see. Now I know why Tsubaki didn't want me to come. The second chopstick hit my face. At this moment, the doorbell rang. It's Eichi. The population density of the room increased once more with the arrival of Usami and Eichi. I want to go home. What a brutal dinner. And she's the eldest, which makes it even worse. After the kids finished eating, they all quickly went to sleep. Indeed, quite an overwhelming man, that father of yours. And as I smiled bitterly, a voice came from the changing room. No, that's okay. Haha. As if forgetting my original purpose here, I leisurely spent the evening in the company of my classmates. Tsubaki's mother put some pears on the table. Usami grabbed a pear with her hands and nibbled it like a small animal. Eichi whispered to me. Huh? Of course not. We are not dating, right, Tsubaki? Eichi is under the impression that we are really dating. Usami joined the conversation as she stuffed her cheeks with pears.
忙しい京介くんにしては珍しいなって。おめえが特定の女に熱を上げるなんて珍しいっつうこと。
What nonsense. You are just overthinking things. It is nonsense, but perhaps it wouldn't be so bad to date her. If I could get her, and by extension her family's trust, then it would be much easier to talk them into moving.
じゃあまあ二人は交際してるってことで。
At that moment, Tsubaki shook her head.
ごめん、本当に違うよ。
She smiled gently as if to remonstrate Usami and Eiichi.
変な誤解があると浅井くんに迷惑だからはっきり違うって言わせて。
Cause me trouble. That one stuck with me for a while.
お姉ちゃん、おしっこ。
The youngest brother came by, rubbing his eyes.
はいはい、ひろあき、こっちだよ。
She took his hand and walked out into the hallway.
椿ちゃんは優しいね。私の仲間その1ですからね。どうしたの京介くん。はっきり違うって言われてショックだったの？
Eiichi's still making fun of me. A little. So I also joked around. I'm sure any man would love to have a wife so devoted to family. Of course, a family is not the type of satisfaction I want in life.
そういえば、宇佐美さんは？はい。好きな人とかいないの？自分っすか？いますよ、はい。
Oh, there's? She said it nonchalantly.
って、はぁ？
She suddenly got aggravated.
いないっすよ、んなもん。どっちなの？浅井さんでないことだけは確実です。
Me?
じゃあ僕やだな。僕年上の人が好きなんだよ。ごめんね。でも考えておくね。何ごちゃごちゃ抜かしてんすか。
She continued chewing down on her pear. Tsubaki came back with her brother.
お姉ちゃん、一緒に寝て。今はお友達来てるからダメだよ。一緒寝て。ひろあき。困った子だな。
Usumi wiped her hands and stood up.
そろそろ帰りますかね。そうだね。
I looked at the clock. I'm ready to head out too, but they should be here soon.
お母さん、誰か来たよ。はいはい。お父さん、出てくださいな。
誰だ、こんな時間に。
Tsubaki's father walked out of the bath and went for the door.
姉ちゃん、眠いよ。
Tsubaki's little brother still clinging to her.
もうしょうがないな。
Nevertheless, she showed no sign of disgust at her brother's nagging. Do you always sleep together?
だいたいね。特にひろあきは一番寝つきが悪いの。
So, her brother's name is Hiroaki.
お姉ちゃん。
Noises came from the front of the house. People are shouting something.
何かな。お父さん、どうかしたの？
帰れ、バカモンが。
His conspicuously loud voice reached the living room. Tsubaki looked unsettled. A short while later, her father came back to the living room.
まったく、あいつらは。
あなた、またですか？
今度はもっとたちの悪そうなのが来たよ。
Man from the Azai Corporation. Gangsters sent to negotiate with him.
どうしたの、椿ちゃん。なんでもないよ。ごめんね。
Tsubaki held her brother's hand tightly. Since I need to hear their report, I should be leaving now. Well, we should all be going now. I tipped my head.
帰るんすか？
Huh? Usami stood in front of me as if trying to block my way.
気にならないんすか？
Usami shot a glance at Tsubaki's parents, who were talking in the kitchen. I lowered my voice. This is their family business. Should we really get ourselves involved?
そうっすか。今日のところは帰ります。
Usami looked at Tsubaki once more.
おい椿、何か困ったことがあったらちゃんと私に言うんだぞ。ありがとう。私を頼れ。いいな。
She spoke with conviction.
じゃあ僕も帰る。
We all stepped out after saying our goodbyes.
今日はありがとう。楽しかったよ。
Tsubaki came out to send us off.
バイバイ。
Her brother Hiroaki waved goodbye, looking half asleep already.
美味しいご飯にありつけて、私はとても気分が良かったのでした。 丸
After that decidedly Tsubaki-esque comment, Usami turned and left. Tsubaki, can I call you later?
え何時くらい
I don't know, but you go to bed late, right?
うんでもどうして
She probably means, why use the telephone? Oh, it's nothing important. I'm just a little worried about you. I scratched my hair as if embarrassed by my corny display of compassion.
ありがとう待ってるね
Even though Tsubaki always has a smile on her face, I could tell that this smile was somehow different.
優しいな浅井くんは
This should do.
じゃあねうん気をつけて帰ってね
I immediately took out my phone when I got back home. I heard the report from the people who went to Tsubaki's house. I thought I told you not to get too rough. I was quite agitated. They had kicked the Miba residence door. What would you do if they decided to call the police? Come on, you guys aren't just some random hooligans. You can't go pulling this crap. Private matter? That's the kind of stuff people from a normal company can say. We're a front for the freaking mafia. This isn't the old days when you guys could do anything you want. It's my fault for using the wrong people. I need to be more prudent next time. If the police interfere, then we have to stop. Damn. I hung up the phone. I gathered my thoughts as I typed on the computer. Sitting alone at my desk has always made me feel more at ease. Miba household. Family of 7. Maou. Usami. I pulled up my email and began to type in fragmented information. Relocate. And Tsubaki's feelings. Kindness. Used to my advantage. Question mark. Maou. A lovely child. Child. Relocate. Private settlement. Money. Maou. Oh, come, lovely child. Oh, come thou with me. For many a game I will play there with thee. Incoherent words glowed from the screen. Words I don't even know came up from the depths of my mind. I typed and thought at the same time. After I had brainstormed a few ideas, I sent this email to my own address. I opened my inbox and tried once more to organize the words. I learned this brainstorming method from a businessman I had met once before. It works quite well. It's not about money. I came to a conclusion. A conclusion regarding the reason the Miba family will not sell their land. The appraised value of the land itself, combined with the costs associated with purchasing suitable substitute property, moving, and other assorted fees, is a surprisingly huge sum of money. If they would just move. Even a family that huge would be very well to do. Thus, if they won't move despite this, it's obviously not a financial issue. I don't like it. Every problem in this world can be solved with money. There's no way you could convince me otherwise. In the meantime, I'll call Tsubaki. I called her home. Someone picked up immediately. Oh, that was fast. Wow. Sorry to visit you on such short notice. The dinner was delicious. Yeah, it felt very at home. I haven't had a meal like that in a long time. Wow, it's rare to hear you brag about yourself. Yeah, wasn't that your way of saying that you're a good cook? I guess I could take that as a sign that she was starting to open up to me. By the way, is your dad okay? They were land sharks, weren't they? The joy in her voice dropped out conspicuously.
なんかね、ヤクザさんみたいな人だって。
Really? That's horrible.
私、警察に連絡しようかと思ってるんだ。
What a brave girl. The police, huh?
どう思う？
Honestly, I don't think that's such a good idea.
どうして？
Because the police are really busy. I mean, they might not take the case. I'll bet the police won't mobilize unless they actually start to get violent. Actually, there are some police officers who are even in league with the land sharks. In fact, since the Sanwo Corporation is the one backing this project, I wouldn't be surprised if they really have made some arrangements in that area.
無理かな。
I'd imagine it wouldn't. Like they say, no private intervention. The police simply won't bother with the private disputes over land rights. Of course, what I described is more like the past, back when Yakuza didn't have to fear the law. Now the police will show up if they so much as yell too loud.
そっか。ありがとう。浅井くんは物知りだな。
She really is a sincere girl. Is it okay if I keep coming to your house? I might be able to help somehow.
それは願ったり叶ったり嬉しかったりだよ。
What a strange way of putting it. Also, be sure to tell your dad. Tsubaki sighed as she replied.
ごめんね。彼氏ってうるさくて。
Yeah, I don't really mind. I have my plans. It didn't really feel all that uncomfortable, you know what I mean? Oh, come on, is there a single man on this planet who wouldn't be thrilled to be called your boyfriend? Silence followed. I'm sure she's turning red on the other end of the line.
ありがとう。日記に書いておく。
Well, the diary. Still, there's no doubt that she trusts me now. Based on tonight's dinner, I could see that Tsubaki's whole family loves her. Her father is stubbornly refusing to sell the land. Yet, might he listen to what his beloved daughter has to say? I can make good use of this. At that moment, Tsubaki spoke.
あのね、浅井くん。
Yes?
私、浅井くんに謝らなきゃいけないんだ。
Oh, what for? She seemed quite serious.
私ね、浅井くんってちょっと冷たい人なのかなって思ってた時期あるんだ。
I see.
1年生の時からずっとクラス一緒だったでしょ。でもあんまり話したことないし、話しかけてもうすっとしているような印象だったから。
Indeed, until recently I never had any interest in Tsubaki. What about it?
いや、だからごめんね。
Huh?
ごめんなさい。
You don't need to apologize for that. Again, this pain in my heart. That's not something to apologize for. Why do you have to bow your head over no more than an impression of someone? I don't like this woman, or I can appreciate the thought at least. Well, it's not true that I don't like her. I actually like her quite a bit. So let's choose I can appreciate the thought at least. Well, I understand. See you tomorrow at school.
電話ありがとう。
I still hear Tsubaki's breath over the phone. That breath lingered patiently until I finally hung up. A fiend. I am a fiend. I don't even feel guilty about using a girl who trusts me so completely. I should get to sleep. I crawl into bed and close my eyes. The image of a smiling girl appeared in my mind, an image I hurriedly erased. This emotion, raising its ugly head in my heart, must be what they call a conscience. It's said that a studious person can never go back to hard work once they learn the pleasure of leisure. Similarly, rediscovering one's conscience halfway down the path of darkness wildly shakes one's illusion of control. That night, I had a hard time sleeping. I left for school around noon, next time on G-senjou no Maou. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Bye bye.